My friends, welcome back to another edition of my book, Reasons Why the 2000s Were the Peak of Human Civilization. The latest chapter here is today's deep dive into the world of boy bands. If this group of young men right here wasn't enough to convince you, I'm going to dedicate my life to science so that I can build a time machine and go back to the year 2001 or whenever this came out, just so that I can dress like this. If that didn't convince you, then you might as well just close the video right now because you have no soul. The only valid reaction to this video is to say, take me back right now. So I will do that. We're going to do a deep dive into the wild world of 2000s boy bands. Before we get any further into the video, have you checked out my Spotify playlist? I add new stuff to it pretty much anytime I find a cool new song, so I update it usually a couple times a week with some new stuff. So if you are looking for new music to check out, hit the link in the description of this video. Starting here with Get Down, parentheses, You're the One for Me by Backstreet Boys. I feel like those are two separate statements, right? Like the boy bands, you know, they have the dance songs and then they have the ballads, You're the One for Me. So I feel like they've combined two things here. Get Down is the party song, but You're the One for Me should be the song that you listen to and sway back and forth to because you think that maybe Nick Carter someday, if you met, maybe he would like you, although actually he's canceled now. So I take that back. Nobody should meet Nick Carter. They do look very waterproof. Yes, very waterproof. If you were to get caught out in the elements, you would want to be dressed like this. But let's check it out. You're the one for me, you're my ecstasy, you're the like the hand movements and the 3D. Look at that. Look at these visual effects. And you might say to yourself, okay, well, you're being a little hard on these visual effects. I mean, this was a long time ago, right? They couldn't do that much with computers. Let me remind you, Lord of the Rings came out in 2001. That's what computers were capable of. These guys here, is that AJ? Is that his name from Backstreet Boys? Looks like this guy is banned from getting within 500 yards of a school zone. I don't know this guy's name, but he is taking this very seriously. Look at him. Yeah, that's right. Jurassic Park came out in '93. This guy taking it extremely seriously. Listen, boys, you want to know what it takes to get to the top? Do you have this kind of commitment? Do you take singing and dancing as seriously as this man does? Do you want to get down as badly as this guy does? You see that look on Brian's face? When you look in the mirror and you ask yourself, do I want this? Do you have the same look on your face as Brian right there? That look right there, that's called dedication, my friend. That's called focus. I don't see it in you. I don't think you'll ever have it. But you know what? Go ahead and prove me wrong. And if you do, I'll let you try out for the group. I like AJ because he's the bad one. He's the edgy guy. They kind of remind me of Final Fantasy, don't they? Kind of got a Final Fantasy X kind of look. They all look like Tidus from Final Fantasy X. Ooh, I like the way he's rapping at me there. All I gotta say, Joyner Lucas been real quiet since AJ laid down those bars. Ain't heard from Joyner in a while, have you? It's not a coincidence. Kendrick Lamar could never, that's right. There we go. Look at that. Brian, focused like an athlete, like a gold medal winning athlete. You know, they just have that look in their eye, like nothing is going to stop me from singing the fuck out of this song. I'm going to sing the shit out of that song tonight, and there's nothing you or anybody else in the world can do to stop me. That's the look on Brian's face says. See, look at that. The sheer confidence here. Look at this. He knows right here. He knows that he nailed it. He's like, yeah, I'm good and I freaking know it. Not just because my mom said so. I know. That's the look on Brian's face. The jawline could cut glass. I know, it's true. All I ever wanted out of life was a jawline like that. Howie. Some intense eyebrows on Howie. Jeez. Kevin, sorry, whatever. Okay, it's Kevin. Kevin out there with the fleeky eyebrows way back in the beginning. That's what I call groove. Whoa, 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 whoa. Look at this. These guys are dangerously close to the floating half disco ball. Speaking of Final Fantasy X, I guess it's X-2. You know, in X-2, there's like the flashback sequences where like Yuna is like dreaming of Tidus like locked in that cage that's like inside that big column or whatever. I feel like there's more than a few references to Final Fantasy X in this video. I'm just saying. Final Fantasy X-2, very underrated game. Okay, well, there's Get Down, parentheses, You're the One for Me by Backstreet Boys. I feel like this song should have just been called Get Down because I feel like this song makes me want to get down. I don't know if it makes me feel like I'm the one for him. I feel like this is a Get Down song, but either way, there we go. Off to a great start. Now, what about their rivals? Nsync. I mean, that was the rivalry, right? You had to pick a side back then. You were either on Team BSB or Team Nsync. Nsync, certainly more popular. Backstreet was like the Megadeth to Nsync's Metallica, right? I feel like that was sort of the dynamic there of like, if you were into Backstreet, from what I understand, you sort of felt like you had better taste because you recognized the underappreciated greatness of Backstreet, not like all those sheep that just hopped on the Nsync bandwagon. That's my understanding. I don't know. But here is I Want You Back by Nsync video clip. And if I recall, they came out in Germany first. And calling something video clip instead of music video seems like a very German thing to do. So that sounds right. And already I feel like we're going to be off to a CGI treat. If you thought the CGI in the Backstreet video was good, wait until you see this stuff. All I gotta say is, good thing they didn't waste any fabric on these shirts. Just think about how much fabric they saved by having these little like baby doll like spandex shirts that cut off right here. I mean, they saved inches of fabric on every one of these shirts, and you know that fabric could have gone to make clothing for children in need. Thank God. Okay, look at this. Look at this CG. I couldn't tell at first. I thought this was real. I thought, whoa, did they actually film this on the surface of Mars? How did they afford that? And they said, oh no, this is some stunningly photoreal CGI. Wow. Look at that choreography too. Little baby JT with his top ramen hair. Bring back, I like they're doing a lot with jackets in these videos. I feel like the jackets are an underrated thing. You don't see a lot of jacket work. If I was the stylist, I would say I specialize in colorful jackets and exotic materials. So don't hang up the phone now. Ooh, wait a minute. Whoa, boys. That's a little too suggestive. I think I know what you're trying to make my daughter think of with the way you're dancing, and I'm here to tell you, young man, I don't appreciate it. She doesn't need any of those thoughts in her head, okay? Me too, JT. I'm trying to figure out what to do. The CG in this is wild. I feel like, whoa, look at that. Trippy. Those effects. What was their budget for this? Unlimited. I mean, think of how many millions of dollars you would have to spend to make a visual spectacle like this. I feel like this aesthetic, this is like what every hyperpop artist is trying to do, right? I feel like Charlie XCX or whoever, or 100 Gex, should just study this video frame by frame and try to recreate it, because this might be like the most Y2K thing I've ever seen. Looks like PowerPoint transitions. Back. I like that. Look at the collars on this man. Wow, look at that. 2 of these big popped collars. See, now I feel like a chump. I thought I was cool. I thought, oh, I'm going to wear a collared shirt for my stream tonight. I'm going to look fancy. And then I'm confronted by this man here with 2 collars. I feel like a chump. I feel like, you know, if somebody tells you that the party is like casual and you show up, you know, wearing a hoodie and everyone else there is wearing a suit, and you're like, I feel like the clown. I'm underdressed. That's how I feel for this stream. This man just showed me up. 10 out of 10 video. Iconic. I gotta say, I don't think they ever topped this one. Wow, look at that shot. Every shot out of this video, you could print it out, frame it on your wall as art. That's how good it is. Job well done, boys. Job well done. Yeah, looks like it's from the Sci-Fi Channel, from like one of the crappy Star Trek spin-offs, like what is it, like Deep Space Nine or whatever, when they had no budget, or Battlestar Galactica. That's what it looks like. Okay, how about this? Moving across the pond to Europe. I think these guys are British. A Different Beat by Boyzone. I don't know too much about them, other than that they were one of these like Backstreet Nsync knockoffs from the UK, I believe. Look at this. Speaking of CG, wow, the chimes, the sparkling effect. This is like a POV. You're on your way to see your girl. These guys just materialize behind her. What do? You just leave. Take my girl. I'm going home. I know I've met my match. A roving pack of youth pastors. See, I like this one. This is me. He's looking me, mom, in the eyes, and he's saying, Mom, look, see this cross around my neck? You can trust me with your daughter. Don't worry. We're wholesome. Don't worry about us. Why are there all these like African villagers running towards them? Are they here to save the world with their music? Don't worry, you impoverished children. We're coming to save you. Here's young Hugh Jackman. If you ever wondered what he did before Wolverine, this is it. So let's take a stand and look around us now, people. There we go. Strong youth pastor vibe. Everything about this just makes me think they're about to tell me about their best friend, guy with some long hair and crazy ideas. He upset a lot of people, but I think you should meet him. You want to know my friend's name? His name's Jesus Christ. I think he might be your best friend too. Here it is. Now all of us, the people are healed through the music of Boyzone. And the world is turning. Wait, and the world is turning. And the world is turning. I feel like I was just cleansed. Like I was a filthy sinner my whole life. And then suddenly somebody poured a chalice of cool holy water over me, and it washed the sin off of me. Healed by the magic of Boyzone. This anthem will indeed heal the nation. And the world is turning. Wow. Just this anthem will heal not only the nation, but the world. They've restored water to the drought-stricken backcountry of Africa. Once again, the crops will grow. Disease has been removed from the children. Oh, thank you to the power of Boyzone. Thank you, Boyzone. Thank you so much for everything you've done for us. We're truly indebted to you. All right, well, how about getting a little bit more obscure? I Don't Want to Kiss You Goodnight by your boys in LFO. I don't know what LFO stands for. You guys know them from their other song, the Chinese food makes me sick. I like girls who wear Abercrombie and Fitch, the Summer Girls song. Well, this is a deeper cut by LFO, and shout out to Rich and Devin from LFO, who, like, sincerely, rest in peace to both of them. They died of cancer. Both died of cancer. And they seem like really nice guys. Very sad that cancer took both of them from us. Here is I Don't Want to Kiss You Tonight by LFO. Oh, I hope my girl's coming on the train. I don't want to kiss her goodnight. I want this night to last forever. I already hate how strong their jawlines are. I'm sorry to say that I'm glad you're dead because I'm so jealous of that jawline. Look at this motherfucker. Look at that. How am I supposed to compete with this? What am I supposed to do? I feel like the casting call for this just said, don't even come to this casting call unless it looks like your jaw is chiseled out of fucking granite. Don't even come to my audition. I mean, look at these motherfuckers. Girl, as I hold your hand, devastatingly handsome trio. This is not a boy band. This is a Giga Chad Sigma male band. Also looking very waterproof. I feel like he saw the future here. This is almost getting to like the Polyphia gent look here with this, whatever this like long scalloped net shirt is or something. This is no boy band. This is a man band. Oh, look at that. She took one look at this man and then she wrote her number on the piece of paper. And you know what? You would too. If you saw this guy, you would write your number down too. You would just be like, hey, Rich, I don't think you're into guys, but if you ever change your mind and you do want to be with I've never been with a guy either, but I'd like you to be my first. I saw one look at that jaw and I said, Rich, take me home tonight. Take me. This man could do whatever he wants with me. That's right. The jackets are big to hold all the numbers that they didn't even ask for. That's right. You got to have so many pockets, pouches, just going from the train station to the cab. He's going to collect a wad of numbers, and you got to have somewhere to store all of them. But they're not F-boys. You can tell by their eyes. These aren't just F-boys that are going to use you like a piece of meat and then never call you again. They'll make love to you, but then they'll hold you and make you feel special. You look at these guys and you say, I feel like I could be safe in his arms, but I feel like he could also tell me a joke and make me laugh. He could also cook me dinner and serve it to me by candlelight. I feel like he would make me feel like a princess when I wanted to feel like a princess, and it would make me feel like a dirty, naughty thing when I wanted to feel naughty. I would never leave you standing at my door, Rich. Never. That's right. Rose petals on the bed, breakfast in bed after vibes. Exactly. God took these two angels from us too early. Rest in peace to Rich and Devin from LFO. In all seriousness, I heard Rich. If you've never listened to it, go look up the interview with Rich from Howard Stern. It's on YouTube. He seems like the coolest guy. He wrote all these songs too. Super talented guy. Honestly, really sad that both of these guys died. Rich was like 36 or something. The other guy was like 41. Really sad. Shout out to the men in LFO. If I ever achieve even 10% of this level of Sigma manhood, I'll die happy. Rest in peace. What else do we have? How about Ozone? Do you guys remember Ozone? As I recall, they were on one of those like Making the Band type shows, right? I forget which one. Maybe it was Making the Band. I think they were the first band on Making the Band, actually. They had a little bit of a run. They had like one album that did kind of okay. And this is their lead single, Liquid Dreams. I think it's about what happens to his wiener after you fall asleep. Sometimes liquid can be emitted from your wiener in your sleep, from what I understand. And I believe that's what this song is about. Let's see. This is about the liquid that's emitted from his wiener at night. That beat. And the CG. Look, the era of graphic tees. Remember when you go to Urban Outfitters and get some cool shirt like this that said Bronx on it for no reason because you saw Seth Cohen wearing it on the OC and you're like, oh, well, Seth got to hook up with Summer and Anna. Maybe if I get a cool shirt that says Bronx on it, maybe Anna and Summer will fight over me too. And gives me all the love I need. That beat, they spent all their money on CG because the beat sounds like, you know, if you get one of those keyboards, you go to like the electronic section of like Kmart and you press the demo button on the keyboard, it sounds like this. This is like the dance preset. Like their matching outfits again. Feel like I'm looking at a scene from ew, no, yuck. Get this girl off the screen. I want to look at O-Town again. I feel like, aside from the air humping here, by the way, very awkward pose here, right? The air humping, inappropriate. Excuse me, my daughter is watching this. I feel like I'm gonna have to wash her eyes out with soap after watching you young men hump the air. Ooh, and here we go. I like this guy's shirt with the Macy's logo on it. Because these guys look like Macy's. Like, they still sell clothes that look like this at Macy's, right? Who buys this stuff? You see the mannequins at Macy's and they still are dressed like this. Like, they haven't changed anything about Macy's since like 2001. I agree, they don't look as waterproof as you would like them to be. The other guys were in videos with not a drop of water, and yet they were wearing waterproof gear, head to toe, all kinds of shiny fabrics on their jackets. Meanwhile, these guys, their videos, nothing but water, dressed head to toe in cotton. Guys, come on, protect yourselves from the elements. A lot of vests, that's true. I would have liked to see at least one of the, oh, here's another one of those Seth Cohen shirts right here. What does it say? fist. I don't know what that is, but sounds gross. Fist. Young man, do you know what fisting is? If you don't, I can show you on my phone if you've never seen it. You're already familiar? Okay, fine. Well, the shirt makes me think of inappropriate things. These videos have a lot of them dancing on some sort of platform inside a big cavernous CG setting, right? Like, why that? Because they're on the edge of their liquid dream. That's right, edging. Ooh, the Dream Girls just appeared, dancing in a spaceship video game, like Space Channel 5. Do you remember that? How come all these videos look like this? They all look like something out of Space Channel 5, where they're dancing on some like poorly rendered elevated platform in some kind of big chamber. Okay, well, that was your boys in O-Town. How about Cincinnati's Finest, The Hardest Thing by 98 Degrees? I want to know what he means by the hardest thing. I don't know. If you didn't shed a tear to this video, you had no soul. It's true. Wait a minute. I did not click play on this video so I could see some half-naked woman. I clicked play on this video to see Nick Lachey. This is the last thing I want on my screen right now. People know that I shouldn't be here. Here it is. Again, looking very waterproof. Not a drop of water to be found. But if it starts raining, these guys are good. They're going to be dry and cozy all night long. This is wrong. And baby, look at his boxing there. Look at that. Look out, Conor McGregor. Here comes Nick Lachey with the thunderous overhand right. This is wrong. And baby, it's killing me. It's killing you. Flawless form. This is a little creepy. The lipstick. The sweater is definitely from Express Men. I never had one of these sweaters, but I wish I did. But then he's got the lipstick. The weird pink lipstick and the sweater makes me uncomfortable. I don't know why. It's just something about it that makes me like... No. He's totally wearing lip gloss. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. Here's what I would say. The question is not, why is Nick Lachey wearing lipstick? The question is, why aren't you wearing lipstick, my man? What? No. The hardest thing to do is look at me and lie and say I don't love you. What? Nick, wait, what happened? What? I thought what we had was special. Did I do something? All I gotta say is, again, fellas, what's stopping you from dressing like this? What's stopping you from getting the size 40 relaxed fit nylon pants with a super tight cable knit sweater from Structure with gelled frosted tips and lipstick? What's stopping you? Nothing. That's the answer. Okay, got time for a couple more here. How about Savage Garden, Truly Madly Deeply? I believe this band was British too, right? I think. Another, again with the jacket, the waterproof jacket. Wait a minute, is it raining? He says, wait, oh. Is it raining? Good thing I wore this shiny leather jacket. I'm protected from the elements. That's right, he's always ready for WAP. In case things get a little bit wet and drippy, if you know what I mean. I'm prepared. This jacket will keep me safe from anything. I would stand with you on a mountain. I just wish there was some guy like this who would walk through the streets of Paris looking for me someday. Would he ever miss me so much? Either the sideburns, that's right. Sideburns and a leather jacket and a mock turtleneck. That's the look. Fellas, what's stopping you from looking like this? Just throw some lipstick on there like Nick Lachey. You'll be drowning in the WAP. If any of you guys are having a dry spell and you're wondering, hey, what could I do to improve my chances with the ladies? Get out your notepad right now. Start taking notes. Do everything this man does, and you might just have a start. You could finally break that dry spell. It does sort of look like the girl's running away from him, doesn't it? Maybe she's running towards him. Maybe he's confidently walking through the streets, knowing that this girl is looking for him. He doesn't have to do anything. She's too proud to admit that she misses him, but she does. And he knows it. One of my favorite things about old music videos, no matter who it is, it could be the most shallow, crappy song that means nothing to nobody, no matter what. If you look at the comments of any of these videos, there's somebody that's going to mention their dead relatives. For example, I shouldn't laugh because it's not funny, but this song reminds me of being in love long ago. 40 years married to my best friend, buried my best friend, now a widow. Love does no longer exist, but I'm glad for songs that help me remember that I once was loved truly, madly, deeply. Sadly, love is just a forgotten memory only. Jeez, Linda. It's a little bit of a bummer. My dad used to play this song every day when I was a little girl. It was his favorite song to sing, and I loved it because I could tell it made him really happy. I recently found out this too was my mom's favorite song. It was their song. Oh, wow, Isabella, what a nice memory. Thank you for sharing. Oh, wait, there's more. I didn't know this because my mom died when I was 3. I realize now that my dad loved it so much because it reminded him of her. Sadly, my dad also ended up passing away when I was 11, and now I listen to this song to remind me of him. Huh, jeez. I haven't looked, but I hope there's comments like this on Click Click Boom by Saliva. Like, this song reminds me of my mom. She used to sing it to me every night. When she was in chemotherapy. She died after a 17-year-long battle with brain cancer, and her last words to me were click, click, boom. And then she collapsed lifeless. I don't know. I feel like we should just go copy and paste this kind of stuff. All right. Last one we have. This is a pretty obscure one. This was, I think, like the UK or Australian answer to Hanson. This was the Moffatts. I'll Be There For You. So after Hanson got big, of course, somebody said, hey, let's do our version of that. And if you thought Hanson sucked, a Canadian, okay, close enough. I like his hair. Very, very strong early 2000s skunk hair. Look that look in your eyes. Here's McLovin. Dead inside already at the age of 11. Dead inside. He's going to cut this girl's head off and put it in the freezer and stare at it every night before bed. Look at him. Just the eyes of a serial killer. All he can do when he sees her is just imagine what it's going to be like wearing her skin like a suit. Is this true? I saw a thing on Where Are They Now a few years later from this. 2 of them had dreadlocks and they were playing Radiohead wannabe music. Oh, that's too bad. That's a shame. Listen, it would be more dignified if they were just like Suboxone addicts or something like that, passed out at a bus stop instead of trying to be hipsters. That's embarrassing. So I don't know too much about this band, but I think if anything, this just goes to show you that Hanson was a little bit better than we gave them credit for. Shout out to Hanson, but also shout out to the Moffatts. They did the best they could. And that concludes this edition of the Boy Band Deep Dive. Maybe someday we'll be back for more. When we come back, make sure that you bring your shiny leather coat. Make sure that you put on your lipstick. And most of all, rest in peace to the boys of LFO. If only any of us could even be 10% as much of Giga Chads as you guys were, we will be successful, we'll be happy in life, and we can die with a smile on our faces. So rest in peace to the boys in LFO. And that does it for this segment. Gotta be waterproof, absolutely.